purple.
Let's go. Recovery Gangsters back at it.
Every day recovering, spiritual gangsters. And we recovering, every day recovering. From trauma and depression, we recovering.
One, I am powerless over my
Hey everyone, my name
addiction.
is Ty. I'm definitely a grateful recovering alcoholic.
What's up, Ty?
Hey, I bring with me today, I bring open-mindedness, willingness to change for the better, and accountability, because without none of that, change is not possible. That's it.
Thank you, Ty. Eric Alcoholic.
Hey,
What up, Brian?
If anybody needs people like going to programs or anybody interested in stuff like that, we can figure out beds or treatments.
He wrote the pamphlet for recovering addicts and alcoholics to explore dry drunk syndrome. This term is obviously an oxymoron, as it implies that a person is drunk without ingesting alcohol. Addiction is not about the substance.
So that's one of my things I want to work with. Drinking. It's not all the time, but just if I can stop. Period. I can stop being around people that do that stuff. So that's my thing. Appreciate you, bro.
And then all day long, who do we normally tell that they're not good enough?
Ourselves.
So that's why they say that we're egomaniacs with an inferiority complex. Because all day long, all we're doing is fixated to think about ourselves. That's why the best way for us to get out of self is to be of service to other people and try to just always say maybe thy will be done and try to get outside of ourselves. Has anybody ever heard of that story about Narcissus?
Yeah.
The Greek, what did you hear?
The same thing. He sat by the river and he looked into the water of it, but then he ended up looking in so much that he kept going deeper in and fell in and drowned.
Challenge, exactly. So what they're basically saying is what you said. There was a beautiful foliage, there was the leaves, there was the ducks, there was the lily pads, there was the frogs, there was the sky, there was the sun rays coming down and touching the water, and he couldn't see any beauty of anything. All he could see was the beauty of his own reflection. So he was so fixated on himself, and that's kind of what happens with a narcissist. They can't see any of the beauty that's going on in the world. All they can see is everything that's going on with themselves.
King baby drives and characteristics for these attitudes and behaviors can continue to show up after we achieve abstinence. The narcissistic wound and how it might be affecting you. Traditionally, narcissism is seen as a result of setbacks in early development. This is caused by a gap between the ideal self, standards set by others, society, parents, and the real self. Known as narcissistic wound, it's usually due to unmet needs, hurts, and threats to self-esteem, and now relying on approval and admiration from others to ease the anxiety and low self-worth.
So there's all the beloveds that came to class with Matt this week. We talked about King Baby Syndrome.
And Queen Princess Syndrome.
And Queen Princess Syndrome. I was just coughing. If ain't no one told you we love you today, then we love you. Peace.
Spiritual gangsters, and we recovering, every day recovering. From trauma and depression, we recovering.